Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you...
Dave the Pickup Artist. Hello, vinyl community. Dave the Pickup Artist with you for another Psychedelic Sunday where the cost of one admission is your mind.
Fuck you!
And it's getting hot down here in Florida. The other day it was so hot, I caught some thieves putting copper tubing back in an air conditioner. The Kinks Controversy. I think this is like their third album. And this has got some great Kinks classics on it. We got the hype sticker there, which lets us know that this set includes Till the End of the Day, Where Have All the Good Times Gone?
You jailhouse lawyer.
Most of the songs are sung by Ray Davies, but on occasion, Dave steps in and sings a couple tracks, like What's in Store for Me.
I wanna know just what's in store for me. I wish I had a crystal ball to see my rise and see my fall.
The second to the last track on side 2. And the name, the Kinks Controversy, comes from their all the controversy surrounding the band. They had riots at their shows, and they've even had violence on stage. The band members going at each other. But this is another good one. I collect all the Kinks 60s albums. I'm not interested in any Kinks after the 60s, the 70s, and especially the 80s. I want nothing to do with, but I like their 60s stuff. And I'm looking for the first album. I need the first album. And there's another one. And there's a couple of singles I'm looking for too. One is called See My Friend, which may be the first psychedelic song by a rock band. We've got the Kinks BBC sessions, 64 through 77. And this actually has the track See My Friend on it.
See my friend, see my friend, rain across the river. See my friend.
And there is a Record Store Day single that came out 10 years ago that's got that track, and it's got a couple of tracks on this album on it. And the Record Store Day single uses the same photo of this guitar. I believe it's Dave's guitar. But
You motherfuckers!
yeah, this is great. We do get 70s tracks on here, all the way up until 77, but of course I like disc 1 the best because it's the 60s stuff. I don't know if this is on vinyl. I don't know.
You motherfuckers! This is Thank Your Grandma with another fucking weather report.
Last month we lost a psychedelic pioneer in the form of James Lowe. James was a musician that hooked up with some other musicians around 1965. He was inspired by British invasion rock and also the surf music of Dick Dale. And he hooked up with a band that would eventually be the Electric Prunes. This is their first album, 1967, and it was a smash. They had a smash single, I Had Too Much to Dream last night, and they followed it up with another single, Get Me to the World on Time, the kind of Bo Diddley beat single.
Get me to the world on time. You gotta get me to the world on time.
I don't think it charted as high as A Dream, but it was another great track. And this was a great debut by the Prunes. And they followed it up with, I think this is their the Prunes' masterpiece, Underground. Whereas the first album was garage, this is a little bit more psychedelic. And they've also amped up the fuzz tone trickery on this album also. And this album is featured in the Big Book. I think this is the album that's featured in the Big Book. And they snagged endorsements from guitar pedal companies and stuff like that.
Now, the Electric Prunes for Vox, bringing you the exciting new sound of the Vox wah-wah pedal. Let the Electric Prunes demonstrate the difference. Play it prunes first without the wah-wah pedal. Now, listen to the difference when you push that Vox wah-wah pedal down. You can even make your guitar sound like a sitar. It's the now sound. It's what's happening. That's why the Electric Prunes, Animals, Herman's Hermits, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Stones, the Seeds are all using the Vox wah-wah pedal, and it works with any amplifier. If you're a professional musician or want to sound like one, get with the new Vox wah-wah pedal at your Vox dealer now.
And they did radio ads and stuff for fuzz boxes and wah-wah pedals. I love that picture of the band running on the back cover, but yeah. Dr. Dogood. My favorite track on here is probably The Great Banana Hoax.
Why the hell would I take a test?
Yeah, it's the first track on here, but just good stuff.
Come on, man.
Somewhere in between the first album and this one, they toured Europe, and eventually this came out. This is the Electric Prunes in Stockholm. I showed this recently, but this is an amazing album. This shows the Prunes live.
mother's a pig. Your mother's eating shit.
And nobody knew how good they were live. These photos in the inner cover were taken in Britain. And yeah, this just is great stuff. They had a pretty tumultuous tour of Europe. They ran into a few issues. I think they got robbed and, you know, stuff like that. Nothing major. And they did meet with some hecklers, anti-war hecklers that were around at the time. But this is good stuff. They followed up underground with an album where they agreed to do like a kind of a concept album that they weren't really ready for. I'm talking about Mass in F minor, their third official album.
We may not be able to.
And they had brought in a guy by the name of David Axelrod to produce. And they completed a few songs, but they didn't. The Prunes, they had to bring in some additional players because the Prunes, they couldn't wrap their heads around some of the material. And some of this is recorded by a band called The Collectors, Canadian psych band. But this is great. I think this is a great album. They got the fuzz guitar going. And Peter Fonda liked this album so much that he used the first track called Kyrie Ellison in Easy Rider. So yeah. Another great album, but it was the beginning of the end for the Prunes. They followed it up with another David Axelrod produced album called Release of an Oath. I do not have that one. And their final album, I think, was 1969's new and improved Electric Prunes, which is pretty far removed from their first albums. So I don't have that one either. I don't have their last two albums. The Release of an Oath I'm looking for. I would like to have that one because it's a lot like this one, which I love. But the last album, I don't know if I need or not. I have, in all honesty, I haven't heard it. But yeah, this is amazing. And these albums were on the Reprise label.
You little bitch, let me out this goddamn birdcage.
The Vox pedal ad was taken from volume 2 of this Pebbles comp. Sometimes on these great Pebbles comps, they did these like what I call unknown bonus tracks. If you see here, number 3, it says bonus track, but there's no information. Once you play it though, once I played it, I knew exactly what it was, the ad for the Electric Prunes. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff you find on these Pebbles comps. These are very cool. So around the same time, Lowe struck up a friendship with Todd Rundgren. And Rundgren and his band, the Naz, hired low to become an engineer on their second album, Naz Naz. I believe he was the engineer on the third album also.
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a...
Another great Naz album. This is on the SGC label. I recently showed that album. So, on this day in 1964, the Rolling Stones had started their first U.S. tour. They ended up in San Antonio, Texas, where they got booed off the stage. Nobody had heard of the Rolling Stones. This is 64. They had just released their first album about a month and a half prior to the appearance at San Antonio, but they got booed off the stage. The opening act was a group of trained circus monkeys. And once the crowd got the Stones off the stage, the venue brought back the circus monkeys, and all was well. The show went off without a hitch, but yeah. Of course, after that, they appeared on Ed Sullivan, and the next time they hit Texas, I'm sure they got a hero's welcome. Yeah, Rolling Stones' first album, 1964, released in April of 64, I believe. And that is all we've got this week. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Take care, all.
You made a mistake.
What was that?
You charged me 60 cents for 2 cans of peaches.
Yes.
They were 48 cents on Tuesday.
Well, the sale ended yesterday.
The newspaper said the sale is on all week.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but that week ended yesterday.
The week ends on Saturday. Every week ends on Saturday.
Sandra, charge the man 48 cents.